Yo, what is up, guys? It's Pedro here, and the Washington football team just beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 29-19 in one of the biggest upsets of the year. What a win by the Washington football team coming off of the bye. They are 3-6 now, and we're going to talk about that in today's recap and talk about some of the biggest takeaways from today's game, including Chase Young's injury. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content. Hit that like button, and also make sure to check out WinView. We'll go over our picks at the end of the video, and let's get right into it. Any given Sunday, man, what a win by the Washington football team, 29-19, a big upset win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are a really good team. And I don't want to hear anything about how the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have injuries, because yes, they do. Gronkowski was out, Antonio Brown was out, JPP was banged up, and Richard Sherman was out. But I mean, we have more. Or Ryan Fitzpatrick out the first game of the season, Logan Thomas out, Curtis Samuel out, Chase Young out, Montez Sweat. The list goes on and on. Just a great win by the Washington football team. And let's start off with Taylor Heineke. Taylor Heineke had a really solid game today, 26 for 32, 256 yards and a touchdown. He also had 3 carries for 15 yards. He was really solid. Got lucky that he didn't turn the ball over that one time, but still he made plays when plays needed to be made. Sometimes he was getting hit, and he just made clutch throws. One thing I do think Heineke needs to get a little bit better at is throwing the ball away a little bit quicker. Sometimes he tries to keep the play alive a little too long, and he could throw it away, and you avoid the sack. I think that's one thing. And also, I'm not sure if this is a coaching thing, but I do think he needs to run a little bit earlier, because he's naturally a really good runner. I think the coaches, or it might be him himself, telling him to be a little bit more conservative, not go for those runs. I think he needs to do that more, because the runs are there, especially in this game. He could have like 30, 40, 50 plus rushing yards. But Heineke, overall, a solid performance, and he was a big reason why we won. But I think this is a collective effort. The offense played well, and so did the defense. But let's stay on the offense. Gibson, 24 carries for 64 yards. That's not a great number right there, yards per carry, but I thought he had a good bounce back game. Had 2 clutch touchdowns, and a bunch of those carries that he had, he couldn't have done anything with them. There was 2 or 3 where he lost 2 or 3 yards, and he couldn't have done anything. He, right when he got the ball, he was smothered. So not really his fault, but good to see him have somewhat of a bounce back game. Jared Patterson, 4 carries for 7 yards. Couldn't really do much. The Bucs have a really good run defense. So for them to, do what they did, it's not a lot, but, they had some success in the run game this game against the Bucs, and that was good. Terry McLaurin, what a game he had. 6 catches, 59 yards. He did have that one drop, but man, he made some tough catches at the end of the game. 3rd and 3, I think it was, and he just caught a pass from Heineke. Good throw by Heineke, and he just got blasted. I don't know how that wasn't, unnecessary roughness. It didn't matter in the end. It probably even helped us that it wasn't, but that definitely should have been a penalty. McKissick also got clobbered as well. But it is what it is. McLaurin played well, 6 catches for 60 yards or 59 yards. Not an amazing day, but a really good day. He made some tough catches. He was injured. I was scared, that him and Chase Young were both out. But he came back in after that shoulder injury and was pretty good today. DeAndre Carter, man, I'm happy they're continuing to use him, because he's looked good. 3 catches for 56 yards, and he had that great touchdown, and he had that clutch catch where the Buccaneers dropped that interception. Should have been an interception, but Carter, had that great concentration and made a great catch. McKissick, good as usual, making those clutch catches. Should have had, even more. Like, look at this. Every week he has the same amount of catches as he does targets. He needs to get targeted more. Ricky Seals-Jones was solid. Unfortunate he got hurt. Not sure what it was. I think he will. It looked like some kind of quad injury. Hopefully, Logan Thomas is back next week. John Bates is okay. Besides that fumble, he did make a, nice 18-yard catch. 3 catches for 25 yards. He's got it. These guys got to have better ball security. But he had that fumble, and it was a 1-yard gain, but he did have his elbow down. And then the next player, 2 plays later, he gets absolutely drilled. And it would have been a fumble before, but he had better ball security and kept it kept the ball in there. So that was great by him. And Dax Milne, 2 catches, 22 yards. Unfortunate. He had that fumble, which is, very costly. Could have lost us the game. And, there was almost nothing he could have done on that play, except for maybe he should have gone down because he had the first, but he had 2 hands on the ball. That was just a great play by Levante David, and Gibson had 2 catches, 14 yards, and Cam Sims was good as well. The offense had a bounce back day. Pretty much put 30 points on the board. They didn't kick the extra point at the end, and that would have been 30 points. Great game by the offense. Really though, only thing I'll say is they should have capitalized a little bit better on their opportunities that the defense gave them in the first half. But, they had a 10 minute and 30 second drive in the fourth quarter. That is unheard of. Longest drive in the NFL this season. That was great by Scott Turner, Heineke, everyone on the offensive side of the ball. And, the Bucs used 2 or 3 timeouts on that drive too. So if they didn't, it would have been like a 14-minute drive. So offense had a great day today against a really good Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. And one thing, Joey Sly, heck of a game. He gets a game ball. What a day by him. He looked really good out there. He made 3 out of his 3 field goal attempts and 2 for 2 on extra points. Great game by him. Had a 46-yard field goal. He was really clutch for us. So let's hope he can continue to do that. Let's go ahead and give some game balls on offense. I'll give Heineke a game ball. There's things he needs to improve, but he really helped us win today. I'll give Gibson a game ball, not because of the yards per carry, but because of the clutch touchdowns. And then Terry McLaurin and DeAndre Carter also deserve a game ball. On defense, man, I made a video yesterday saying that the defense is starting to turn a corner, and they really played well today. They allowed 19 points, but should have been less. Really should have been less. That was a ridiculous play by William Jackson at the end of the half. Absolutely ridiculous. That never should happen, where he face masked Mike Evans. That was terrible. And, Washington's offense actually gave the Bucs some good field position twice. One was the fumble by Dax Milne, and the other one, they had to punt it away from their own 1 or something after a sack, and the Bucs got the ball with only 40 yards to go. But the defense really stepped up today. And let's first talk about Chase Young. Really unfortunate. It looks like it's going to be a torn ACL for Chase Young. Super unfortunate because, he had a disappointing first half of the season, and we really wanted to see how he would play in the second half of the season and see if he improved. And we're going to have to wait till next year. We're going to have to wait for next year, and it just sucks. It really sucks. He's a team leader, good player, and, it just, there's no other way to put it. It sucks. It's, not confirmed a torn ACL, but, he's going to have an MRI to confirm it tomorrow, and he will be done for the season if that is the case. And hopefully, though, he has a smooth recovery and he's able to be back, for, maybe training camp next year, because ACLs, you recover much quicker than Achilles. So, and he's a freak of nature. So let's hope he comes back. But you saw the effect of him, not having him out there. We weren't getting pressure because, our guys were Shakatoni, Casey Toohill, and, James Smith-Williams. So I said this in the offseason, I said we should have signed someone like Olivier Vernon, Adrian Claiborne. There's guys out there, veteran pass rushers that you can bring in, and I think they need to bring in someone like Olivier Vernon because Montez Sweat is going to be out for 2 more games at least, and Chase Young's out for the year. So you need to bring in an edge, a veteran edge rusher, because we weren't getting pressure. Shakatoni had a nice rush there, but besides that, I just didn't see much pressure. Casey Toohill didn't even have 1 quarterback hit. I'm trying to see James Smith-Williams didn't either. So that's just what it is. I thought Cameron Curl had a great game, had 8 tackles, 1 pass defended, and he just had a good game. He was making some great tackles. They gave William Jackson III credit for that interception, but really that and it was great that he was there. But William Jackson, Cameron Curl forced that out, and that should have almost been a forced fumble. Great job by Cameron Curl on that play, and he had a bunch of other clutch tackles in that game. I thought, Kendall Fuller was good besides that 40-yard touchdown by Mike Evans. He just got beat, and, he was arguing for a offensive pass interference. I'm not sure about that, but you got to be better than that. And besides that though, he played well. I really Cole Holcomb was solid. I thought Landon Collins was okay. I really didn't see much of Jamin Davis. I really didn't. So I will be really interested to see what his snap count is tomorrow, because did not see him much out there. But the defense played well. Let's look at Tom Brady's stats. 23 for 34, 220, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. The interceptions, we got on one of them, we got lucky, but the other, it was just a bad ball by Tom Brady. But we were solid in this game. On defense, we allowed 4.1 yards per carry, but look at this. The long was 8 yards, and they got like 15, 16 yards on 2 runs at the end of the game. So if it wasn't for that, it would have been, they wouldn't have gotten many yards at all. We held them to 270 yards. That's really, really good. I thought we had overall a very good game on defense. Should have been less than 19 points. It should have been like 13 points. If we didn't have that play at the end of the half, and if we would have done some other things better, but really, really encouraging win. We're at 3-6, not sure how many games. I know a lot of people don't want to talk about the playoffs, but not sure how many games we are out of the wild card. The Falcons did lose today, which does help us. But what I think about when we win this game is, man, the other games that got away from us, the Saints game that we should have won, we only, the Chargers, I'm not going to count that. We lost by 4, but that game was going to be hard to win. But especially that Saints game and maybe that Packers and definitely the Broncos game, those games come to mind, especially after a big win like this. But I'm going to enjoy the win. And, I'm just looking now. I didn't see Jamin Davis had 6 tackles, 5 solo, but I just don't remember seeing him out there much. But maybe he did get a decent amount of playing time. But, good win by Ron Rivera and company. Let's see who got. Bobby McCann had a pick. He didn't drop it this time, so good for him. And William Jackson got that pick. And besides that play at the end of the half, he had a good game, which is encouraging. And next week, we should have Benjamin St-Juste back. So the secondary is starting to play well. And, if we can bring in a veteran edge rusher, I think that'll really, really help out this team. And one thing that they should maybe consider is moving, not permanently, but maybe 5-7 snaps a game, you move Jonathan Allen to the outside, so then you can bring Ioannidis, Settle, and Payne in a little bit more. And Jonathan Allen is effective on the edge as well. So thank you guys for watching. What a win by the Washington football team. Give me some video suggestions later on. And actually, let's go through the win view picks real quick. So our win view picks did not come through. We didn't do well. I think I picked the Bucs to win by 8 or more, which obviously was wrong. We won by 8 or more. And then a couple other things. I picked Tom Brady to not have 2 interceptions. So not a good day for your guy, but it is what it is. We got the win, and make sure you guys go ahead and check out WinView and use the link in the description. And yeah, thanks for watching. And also shout out to my guy Juan Gotti for predicting the upset all year long. He's been saying we will win this game, so shout out to Juan Gotti. Peace.